everybody. There I am. I'm on. There you go. Hello. Welcome to Wednesday. Welcome to Wednesday evening. How is everybody? I hope you're all good and having great days. It's somewhat cold and overcast here. It's not been too bad. This is a new game for me, and it is a new series that I am running. Now, I'm just going to go straight into it because I've already got into this. But this is PC Building Simulator. Over the last couple of weeks I've called it a whole host of different things. But that is what it is. It's officially called PC Building Simulator. Now, I have already played a little bit of this, but that was on a different save. This is brand new, as you can see. We've just taken over a PC store. And we have nothing in the bank, which is lovely. The rent and the bills come out monthly. Make sure we have enough money for them. Blah, 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 blah. And the reason we're minus 15 is because they nicked it for fuel. That's not great. Okay, but our first job is this person saying they think they have a virus. We just need to remove the viruses. Not a problem. Okay, so it took me straight there. I didn't need to do that. Alright, so this is, yes, this is going to be new. This is going to be the every Wednesday. Now, if anyone watched yesterday's video on the train station simulator, that is going to be, that was a longer video. I like to really get into that and kind of get going. These are going to be kind of shortish, quick missions, one after the other. So, this is, I don't expect this stream / video to be longer than 45 minutes, maybe an hour. That's the plan. We'll see how we go. But just because, you know, I know that people aren't a fan of watching videos that are over an hour, necessarily. Watching streams longer than an hour, definitely. But I know a lot more people watch after the fact than live, so for the moment that seems like the best way to do it. So yeah, so the thing I found with this game in the very short amount that I played is that, let's bring it over here, pow, there we are. Yep, we need to run a virus scan, not a problem. So yeah, the thing that I found about this specifically, why is there a Christmas song on now? This is very strange. Is that it is this game is very, very close to real life PC construction. I'm in my 30s now. I have been building PCs since I was 14, 15, I would say. And plug it all in. There you go. Need that to go in there. And we turn it on. There we go. Now, yeah, and basically, for the little that I've played this, they have tried to make it as true as they can to real life. So if you've genuinely ever wondered how to build a PC, or it's something that you've been interested in, this is perfect for you, because this will show you everything you genuinely need to know. Now, in their menu system at the beginning, there is an option. For you to learn how to build a PC, and there is free mode, but we are very specifically doing, yep, restart it. We are very specifically doing the career mode at the moment. So we'll just be doing the missions for now. But everything will pretty much flow, so you will see kind of how they're built and all that kind of lovely stuff. So you see, we've installed the virus scanner from the USB. I do find it interesting that when you actually look, there's nothing on this PC. There's absolutely nothing on it. I don't know. There's nothing. There's 0. Yet when you run the virus scanner, how many files is it scanning? It's thousands of files. There's no files on this. Clean them all. We've done it. In real life, that's the only difference. In real life, that virus checker for that many files would have taken you hours on any decent virus scanner. But it's done. We cleared them and it's all got. Now what I do, you don't have to do this, but I'm removing the virus scanner because they don't need that in there. And I'm not giving them a free virus scanner. That's mine. Yep, you can go into the BIOS if you really want. There we go. It's all done. So it's been removed. And now we can shut that down. Bye. Now we just need to place it in the delivery area. I do like this as well because it does give you information on what you do need to do. Stretch all the leads. All the leads. Okay, so now we're going to remove it. Again, we're going to take the USB. Then we're going to unplug all our cables. You have to make sure you're highlighting the right bit because it will just remove stuff if you click on the wrong thing. There you go. And now we can pick that up. We go place it back in the area. And we are done. So we click on here and thank you very much. And we have cash. Not a massive amount of cash, but we have some cash. We get rid of his email and that's it for the day. Now, the thing that I've found out so far is you have to kind of stagger your jobs, because the weird thing about this, which is something if you ever want to do this as a job, which I was genuinely considering, because I mean, like what I said was true. I've been building, I don't think I've ever owned a PC that I haven't built myself. I know, go away. Yeah, I don't think I've ever owned a PC that I haven't built myself. And you know, I could do this for a living. I could build PCs with my eyes closed, fix problems and things. One sec, my throat isn't great today. I mean, I say today, my throat's never good. But the problem is kind of getting enough kind of a business together in order to earn enough money for it to be more viable job. So you see, look, pay utility bills is on the 10th, so we've got a little while until we have to do that, and then the rent is all the way down here, so that's not a problem. We're going to end this now. But yeah, the bit that I saw, I completed the first few missions, and I found that go to work, and I found that you have to eat the delivery costs of anything you buy from the shop. And that's not good business practice. I don't know why that would be a thing that you would want to do. Because, yeah, basically, like for example with this, you get $280 on the labour and a budget of 50 quid. Now, they specifically have asked us for that one or better. That one specifically costs 50 quid. I can guarantee it will cost 50. And if you want to put a better one on, it will cost you more. So we're never going to put a better one on. We're always going to put on what they ask for. However, if you want it delivered in the next 3 days, it's going to cost, let's say, £3. But if you want it delivered next day, it's going to cost like 8-9 quid. And that's like you're losing a fifth of this out of your labour to get it delivered for the following day. But I don't know how long I have to do these missions. There's no like, you know, can I leave these? Can I stagger them over different days? Remove viruses and clean out the dust. Well, I don't need to do anything for that. I don't need to buy anything at all. I can just clear that one out. So I'll accept that for tomorrow. Because we can't do anything today, because we haven't had anything delivered today. We have a broken graphics card. We have a virus scan. Oh no, that's the guy. I just wanted to say thanks. It's booting up faster than it has in years. Didn't realise, blah blah blah. Thank you. Not a problem. Alright. So you see we've got to buy a graphics card. So that's quite a high budget. And we've got to buy a hard drive. So we're going to go to storage. And can I move this around? I want the 500 gig. 500 gig, 50 quid. So we can add that to cart. And then we're going to click on this. Oh no, that's the wrong one. We're going to click on that one. We're going to go. But you see what I mean about this is going to be just a nice graphics card. It's going to be a nice, calm. I mean, the music is great. You know, it's very relaxing. We're not, you know, I'm not going to be speeding through trying to do amazing things here. 970 gamer is this one. Share GeForce. Making sure it's the right one. Usually, yeah, there you go. So this is the point, right? So next day delivery is 30 quid. 3 to 5 days is going to be only a tenner. But then we don't know necessarily when they're coming, because that's 3 to 5. So it feels like this delivery has got to be taken out of my, no matter what I choose really, it has to be taken out of my labour, which I don't like the look of. I'm gonna go. I didn't try it last time. In fact, what I'm gonna do we think delivery would be more or less if I removed this? Let's get rid of this one a minute. So delivery is the same, irrelevant of what I've got. I'm gonna do same day for 100. Okay, well now that's a glitch, it feels. The reason I feel like that's a glitch is because delivery would be more. It's weird. It's weird that, because what I was going to suggest is I was going to say, if I buy the graphics card and get that delivered tomorrow, and then I buy the storage and get it delivered 3 to 5 days, then I can do one tomorrow, one the next day, and I can stagger the jobs. But if it's going to cost me 30 to deliver it for tomorrow, either way, well, I might as well get them both delivered tomorrow, and I'm saving myself $10. It's weird. It's weird. So I'm just going to do them both, all 3 at the same time. They will arrive tomorrow. Yep, we're overdrawn. I don't care. We'll be in the money tomorrow. It's fine. We're going to accept that, and we're going to accept that as well. There you go. So we're going to do 3 tomorrow, and we're going to have a lot more money, and this is going to roll over. Here at Microsoft, well, the life doesn't run too smoothly. We're happy to provide a free overdraft for all our customers as the limit is 1,000. Okay, cool, thank you. I'm not going to discard it because I'll forget that it's 1,000. Okay, well then there's nothing else we can do now. That's the day done. We book all our jobs and we are done, so we go to sleep. It was a nice quick day. There you go. So we get delivery of stuff and we get computers. Let's end the day. Okay. here we go. So we've got our 3 PCs here. Scan, fix and upgrade. And we have ourselves all of our PC parts here. So we get ourselves the new graphics card, and we get ourselves the bit. Lovely. And we're going to start with the scan first, I think. Look how dusty this is. Look at that. That's insane. Okay. Oh, no. Install. Compressed air. Look at that. Removes dust. So we need to remove this part first, which involves undoing all these little screws. And it's funny because I actually have a little box with a bunch of these screws on them. I do. Oh, look at that. It's kind of working. I don't know how much I need to... Oh, that looks better. Hey! And we need to get the inside here. Look, yeah, all these little units. And then along here, look at that. I feel like we... Can we see any obvious dust anywhere? Oh, I think clean out dust is green, so we've done the clean out dust now. So what we're now going to do is we're going to attach the cables, because we need to do a virus scan as well. Power and the keyboard, or the mouse, I think that was. Okay, and we'll turn it on. Oh no, hold on, turn it off. Now, before anyone says anything, you can do that. Generally, you don't want to just turn PCs off once they're on and running and in Windows, because you can stop like vital bits and pieces, and you really want to kind of shut everything down properly. Oh, very nice backdrop. I'm willing to bet they've got no files either. Nope, no files anywhere. So we do a virus. Yeah, but if it's still in the BIOS, you can shut it off. It's fine. If you're quick enough. If you're quick enough to shut it off before Windows starts loading, then that's fine. Yep, do that now. I'm interested to see how much money we'll have by the end of the day. Okay. Scan. Loads of infections. Oh wow, lots of infections. Get rid of you. We're now going to remove the virus scan again. And again, it doesn't tell you to do that, but look, a lot of the time you can get some really good virus scanners, virus checkers and virus removers and malware and stuff for free nowadays. You don't have to pay the higher money to keep your stuff going. But if you've paid for a top of the range virus scanner, you don't just want to be leaving it on people's desktops. Because you paid money for that. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is stick on side panel. We'll put the side panel back. Now I do have an interesting note, because I noticed that the last time I did that. What's this? Where did this come from? Because I didn't take anything out of anywhere. So did that get removed when I took the case off? Not 100% sure. But we're done. We are done. See, it's all got. So we can now remove the cables. Haha, and the USB. You can't have that. And we're going to put it up this end, because we are done. And now we've got what? We've got fix and we've got upgrade. Okay, well, let's go to fix first, I think. Okay, so this is the graphics card. So the first thing we're going to do is remove the Remove the case. There it is. And this one's the graphics card here. You can generally tell because when you look, okay, so this big flat thing here is the motherboard, and you tend to find that the graphics card will have a position where you can plug things into it, so it's always part of this, but it's always huge, it's always massive. Other things that are plugged into the motherboard will tend to be pale in comparison to the size of the graphics card, but they do have a PCI lock, so we have to remove that as well. Not every case has one of these. It's just like, yeah, there's like a little internal hold, so it locks it in place. A lot of the time you will just have a screw that will screw into the motherboard. Okay, but now we can remove that. There you go. So what we now need is we need graphics cards. It says broken, which is good because it lets us know. We're going to grab this one and we're going to install it there. And then we're going to install this down again. Now you wouldn't necessarily go to all the trouble of putting all this stuff back on unless you knew for a fact it worked. Otherwise you're asking for trouble. So before I put the case side on, I am going to just boot it up to make sure that it boots. And this is it really. Just checking to make sure things work. Yeah, we don't have to put the USB in, do we? So we got power. Let's make sure it boots. There we go. Because you see, what you might not have noticed necessarily is that the plug, this cable here, is plugging directly into the graphics card. So that's how. It's another way. It will be the cable that goes straight into the monitor or display, whatever it is that you're using. But we're going to remove all these again now because it all works. Look at that. We have to make sure we install. So you see now it's saying that we have that, but we don't. We don't have a cover because we put it back on. I'd like to think we did because it's there. It went back on. So I don't know what that's about. That's a bit weird. But the case is now complete. Not a problem. And it says place in delivery area. So, because it did say it was not complete first time, didn't it? There you go. And now we've got our last one. It's upgrade. Okay, bop. So it tells us there, so we're keeping track of it. And okay. So the first thing we're going to do is remove the case. And again, you'll notice this is the 4th PC that we've worked on. One we didn't open, but the other 3 we have. All the cases are different. Every single case. And the reason all the cases are different is because you have to make sure that you have the right size for the motherboard itself, because motherboards are all different sizes. So you'll have different size cases for different motherboards and things. So let's remove this. And here is the hard drive tray, as you can see. Now obviously we're not replacing. If we take that hard drive out, it won't boot, because this is where the actual operating system is running from. They want an extra 500 gig. So we're not removing anything here. However, I'm not sure how the plugging is going to work here. But we'll find out eventually. I mean, as far as I'm aware, I'm not replacing it, am I? install it there. So that's what, open drive bay. See, in my mind it would go in an open drive bay, you would think. I wouldn't have thought I would have to have got rid of because I can't get around to that side. It's weird because do I have to open the drive bay? So is the drive bay not physically open yet then? Unplug the hard drive. It's weird that you can unplug the hard drive, but you can't get... Oh, you can kind of get to it from here. So what, let's remove this part of the case as well, because this is the other side. So you can see the back of it here, you see. And basically hard drives have two plugs. One that plugs them into the actual motherboard so it can read what it needs to read, and the other thing is power. So it actually powers. So I'm assuming. So do I need to? Because what it was, that's 120 gig. So we have to remove this one then. Oh no, it is this side. That was the problem we were having. Okay. Well, I thought it was. That's why I flipped around there, but it wouldn't physically let me. Aha! But now, how do we plug it in? Oh, hold on. So we are connecting it around here into there, and then we are going to connect that to there. Right, so that is now all plugged in. I was confused for a minute because I know you have to get into the back of the case and you can't normally see it, but it wouldn't let me go around this side. It wouldn't let me go any further than that. Really threw me there for a minute. Okay, so that isn't there. That's now all installed. So what we're going to do is we're going to plug it in and check it while we're still in cable mode. And then we can put the case back together afterwards. I mean, until the PCs are built, I very rarely have them fully cased. Let's have a little look. Yay, it's all booting. There's nothing to add or remove because there's nothing on it. There's no way to check that you can access the hard drive, which is a bit weird because you think it would give you, but it's fine. That's going to be an annoyance for me. We'll shut it down though. Here it goes. Now we will put the PC back. The shroud first. You need to go back in first. And then the side panel on this side. Just because if you have to remove things and you have to change things around, it can be a real hassle. And it's interesting because you see it physically said like yeah, casing complete. So what is that part I've got in my inventory then? Why do I have a piece there? Now we need to remove, oh no, remove. To remove all the cables. There we go. And now we can go pick you, oh, we'll pick you up. Put you down there, there we go. And now we will, you sir are done, and you done, you done. Look at that, look at that, 700 quid. We're so close to 700 quid. And there you go, just like that. 3 jobs and we are out of our overdraft already. We just needed to get a little bit just to buy the parts, but we are doing fine. Items just added, so we can now get better graphics cards. It's not bad, graphics card. Congratulations, you've reached level 2. Oh, I did. I reached level 2. I dinged. Oh, okay, there you go. So I've unlocked the next level of cores. Some decent RAM. Auto correction tool. That's interesting. And now we can search for all of this. All of this goodness. Well done. Keep building. Next milestone will unlock a Ryzen quad core CPUs. Nice. Along with relevant motherboards. Nice. Okay. Okay, well I can get rid of that because we don't need to worry about that. And that's fine, and that's fine, and we've now done this, so goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. I wasn't going to get rid of the bank one, but I don't mind. We should be okay as long as we're keeping the jobs up and running. However, it does feel weird because now we're done. That's it, we're done. So, with us being done, we're going to have to wait until tomorrow until we get emails, and then wait another day. It's weird. So that's level 3. We get a second workstation. I don't know why we would possibly need a second workstation, unless something might take a while to install or something, and then we can leave one on here and work on something else over there. That's level 8. And level 6 for a storage cupboard. Okay. So we can't keep anything in storage until level 6. Well, but there you go then. So that is a very successful day of building computers. End that day, I think. Not sure how much the utility bill is going to be. Doesn't tell us. It tells us, which is weird because it tells us how much the rent is, you know. Okay, what's this say? Need help. Blah blah blah. So just remove viruses. We can do that. No problem. Hi. Give my daughter my PC. She needs lots of RAM. Okay, she says she needs 16 gig. I mean, that's good. 2 and 4 RAM slots. See, now this is where it's going to get interesting because you can, but I doubt they'll have it on here. But you generally, unless you go looking for it, can't really get one 16 gig RAM stick at all. You'll be lucky to get 8. So we can't move this around. Okay. So I can't physically see any more information on the motherboard. I've currently got 2 gig and so he currently has 2 gig and he has 4 RAM slots. Because you see, if we go, I mean, there's a lot more to just RAM as well. Obviously, it's difficult because these megahertz help because they'll make the access faster, but you want to try and keep everything in line with everything else. So if he's got, let's say he's got a 2 gig that RAM, that megahertz, you don't want to then get a 4 gig this megahertz. You know, there wouldn't be any major issue, but they, you know, they wouldn't run as smoothly as if they were the same. So we're just going to ignore his 2 gig, maybe. I mean, we can buy 2 8s. They're 60. So if we buy 2 8s, that would be 120. And we would just scrap the 2 gig that we take out of his. It's a possibility. But you see, it comes down again. Some motherboards don't take higher megahertz. So it's difficult. Super value 2 gig. That's probably the one that he already has. That one there is what I'm going to probably guess. And I mean, they do 8 gig, so we're going to want 2 8 gig. They're all, I mean, they made it easy slightly because they're all DDR4 by the look of it. So I mean, again, if you've ever attempted to build PCs, DDR4 is just one of the many types of RAM it could be for your motherboard. It's not that simple, but if they're all DDR4, that doesn't necessarily matter. I feel like 2 of these, I don't want to go too high with the megahertz in case the motherboard won't be able to access it. So I feel like I need, let's have a quick look for a minute, because I can't click on anything while I'm doing that. And yeah, it doesn't give me any information anyway. What I was going to do was I was going to click on the motherboard in the shop and see if it gave me more information. But all it literally says is DDR4. Oh no, look, max RAM speed. So it does have max RAM speeds. Right, so we do need to know. The H170 MTech. The H170 MTech. It's this one. 2666 is the max. Okay, see, you need to know, because 280 is the highest one on this, and 3000. So you see what I mean? If we'd have gone for the 280, it could have blown the RAM. So you need to check these things. So 2666, we can't go any higher than that. I think that wasn't going to be an issue anyway. Yeah, it wasn't going to be an issue. They're silver. I mean, that doesn't matter necessarily, but they've got a budget of 140. So why not get the next, because this will work on theirs, and if we buy 2, we're looking at 140. And they get slightly faster, so that's always a little bit better, accessing it a little bit quicker. There you go, 170. I know we have to eat the delivery, but I'm going to do it in 3 to 5 working days. What I'm going to do, we're back to the Christmas song again. It's really weird to have this on the playlist. This is gonna, oh yeah, okay, so we're gonna buy this. Cha-ching. 3 to 5 days. So the idea will be, is I'm not going to accept this yet. I'm going to wait. We're going to do this one tomorrow, and then we're going to do this one the day after, or the day after that. That is the plan. So we're staggering the work a little bit, so we're not necessarily rushing. Here comes the scanning one. Let's end the day. Go to work. And then what I might do, I don't know how long we can actually have these for. Virus scanning. And this is another issue, is if you do this kind of thing as like a job, I don't have to remove anything actually. If you do this thing as a job, there's a high possibility that you spend a lot of your time just virus checking for people, because they simply can't do it themselves. They don't know how. And even me, I spend a lot of time virus checking for people, because it's difficult to know you know, what virus scanners can work for your system, and do you need one that specifically does malware as well, or you know what I mean? There's a lot involved. So yeah, it is something that you do kind of get used to. And then what I'll do is I'll accept the other job, and then I'll just leave it there, I suppose. Well, it's been 1 day. I'll skip the day. If I don't have another job, I'll skip the day. Then I'll accept it, because then it will be 3 days. Here we go. Start scanning. Loads of bad viruses. I would like it if one day I get one of these jobs, but there is no virus. Because that does happen too. Sometimes your computer's just old and glitchy. It's nothing to do with a virus. Now, yeah, if anyone watched my video yesterday, if you didn't, go back and watch it. It was fun. I cleaned up a train station. Doesn't sound like it was much fun, but it was actually really was enjoyable. Yeah, I had a little bit of interesting problems with it. Because my video has been... I've received not a strike, but they've stopped monetization on the video because of the music that is in the video. Now, the music that's in the video is the music from the game, so it feels like the people that own the game have struck my video because what's happening? What's going on? Help quickly, remove viruses. We've done that one. You're done. We're not going to accept this one just yet because we're going to accept that one tomorrow. I need help on my brand new PC. Oh, yeah, we did that. Discard it. Sorry, I was like, hold on. Okay, I'm having good computers, but mine isn't working. Replace the air cooler. So it needs a new fan. Pick the cheapest one. I can't afford anything fancy. Oh yeah, look, it's only a tenner. Okay, and the thing with fans, case fans, is that, yeah, look, they're not exactly that expensive, and they don't. It doesn't matter which one you pick either. We can do the £8 one. Is that still going to cost 30 quid for next day delivery though? Because that's not nice, is it? Fucking eating my labours. Okay. Well, it's one of those things. Oh, actually, that's a good point. We need to check the size. Because again, cases are all different. It would be nice if it told me. H170. So again, it's the H170M Tech. Well, that doesn't matter. It's the case we need. Sorry, it's the Rajan Tech Astron Plus. I don't think I said any of that right. Cases. This one. Okay, so it's a mid tower. Gives us the max GPU fan height, the GPU length, PSU length, the PSU size. It doesn't seem to tell us anything. Alright, well, I'm going to take a risk because, as you can see, they are different sizes. I'm going to go with this. Because it's not telling me. Yeah, still going to be 30 quid. Wow, okay, well then I'm going to leave that there for a minute and just check what else we need to do. Clean out the dust. Complete by the end of... Okay, so we've got 3 days to do that. We just need to clear out dust. We can accept that one already. And the upgrade is on its way. But this is the one we're already doing. Yeah, with the RAM slots. So this needs more RAM as well. More 16 RAM. I heard you guys Please don't do that. Pretty sure it's full of dust, so we're going to have to clear out the dust as well. But he isn't telling us. Okay, well in that case, I'm going to leave this. It's costing us more money on delivery. But if I buy that for now, boom. This is the only one we're not accepting that. That's on its way in. This, we've now got the fan on its way, so we can accept that one as well. And then this one, it is on its way, but we're not going to accept that until tomorrow. And then tomorrow, I'm going to have a look at this and try and work out what is needed. Just added a new range, thank you. Let's come out of this. Nothing here for now, so there's nothing we can do. Let's end the day. We skipped. Okay, because it was the weekend, I wasn't aware that we wouldn't get to do that at the weekend. Okay. That's fine, that's fine. It's not a problem. This is probably the where I'm going to end it, though. I'm going to do these two, and then we're going to end it. Because they shouldn't take too long. Okay, so we need to just clean out the dust and complete it by the end of today. So we are going to remove the case. And then I'll fix the other one. And then that will be it for this video. But you see what I mean? How it's just a fun, a nice, take your time, no rush anywhere. You know, fix PCs. Come on, the whole case needs. Okay, well that's that. And it's all gone. There you go, look at this. All clean and lovely. Not a problem. And now we go into make sure that it boots. I mean, this is the only weird thing. If you've taken the case off, cleared out the dust, and it does not boot up, that's not your fault. You didn't do anything to it. So there's no reason. Oh, he plays fault file. Oh, but look, he actually has files. Now, all of this stuff, it's so tempted to look at. PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, League of Legends, my diary. Ooh, we could have a read, but no, obviously we're not going to. We're going to shut that down. Shut it down. All done. So we're going to put the part of the case back on. I don't know where that bit came from, but we've still got it. And now we... Oh, no, hold on. We need to remove the cables as well. There you go. And there's one. Get you off. There we go. That one's done already. Don't take too long. This one's going to take slightly longer, because we have to replace the fan. So we're going to have fingers crossed that the fan we bought fits. Which I can't see why it shouldn't do. We're going to remove all the dust first, I think. Get rid of all the dust. All the dust. Go away, dust. You're not welcome. And I mean, again, if this is how dusty your PC is, where have you been leaving it? Because this doesn't get this dusty on its own. I can tell you that much for certain. Alright, so that's all the dust. That's all the dust gone. Now we need to replace the fan, which is... Where's his fan? See, normally the fan would be here, because it fits nicely there. Okay, let's... I find it depressing, and me being old, that there's no DVD drives. They don't use DVD drives on PCs anymore. Let's remove this one as well and just see if it's around here. Okay. Let's see. Oh no, because that's obviously. Am I just being blind? Because that. I want it. Okay. So this is okay. That's where I've got it wrong. Because it wants us to replace the CPU fan, not the case fan. I was going to say there isn't a case fan. Okay, well that's where I've got it wrong then. Was this the one that? No, it didn't. Okay, I was going to say this one that needed to be done like today. Okay, so it's the Morton Thermal 100. Mortoni Thermal 100. So we can actually get rid of you because you're done already. Thank you. Goodbye to you. That's annoying. They're no way that cheap. No way are they that cheap. So that's going to come tomorrow. So now we can't do anything now because we need to wait for that to arrive. That really annoys me. So now what I'm going to do, just go down some of these. So we've got a broken thing to sell for 8. And we've got this which we don't need now, so we can sell that. Well, I mean, I'll say no, I'll keep it just in case, but I can't see that anyone's going to need that just yet. But that annoys me. And this is where I'm going to end it. So, I'm going to end on an annoyance. But next week, we will continue. And what we will do is we will work out what that guy wants for his 16 gig RAM. We'll also accept the one, in fact, I'm going to do it while I'm talking. We're going to accept that, so it's on its way. Because otherwise I'll just forget next week. So this, we just need to wait for that to arrive. This is going to come the next day. The next one could come that day, don't know. And then we're going to go into this properly next week and work out what they need and then pay for it for 3 to 5 days, and we'll just do that one at the end of the week. So that was PC Building Simulator. Again, it's just a nice, calm, chill little video. And I'm just going to slowly work through the missions and try and work out and see if I can get what they're asking of me, because that was definitely not right. It was partly my fault, it was partly their fault, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm going to say it was all their fault. So thanks so much for watching. Next week we'll be back to this. The next time I'm streaming will be tomorrow. So if you want to come and watch, then by all means come and watch. It is going to be Card Life. We're going to be looking for different minerals and things. So come along to view that. Other than that,